Hello and welcome to Flory Models Friday Catch-Up Show. Here we are with you on the 18th of April, also known as Good Friday if you do celebrate Easter. I hope you're having a lovely Easter break. Hopefully you get a bit of modelling done. To be honest, the weather here in the UK or down in Devon, it's hammering it with rain, dark, horrible and all the rest of it. Should be better later on in the week, but at the moment it's definitely a little bit wet. But if you are celebrating Easter, obviously happy Easter. For the rest of us who are celebrating International Eating Chocolate Weekend, enjoy. Anyway, really busy week this week. I've been determined to push on and obviously work really hard on the Marauder. We've done loads of reviews for you. Obviously been working on, those bits all fall off, the actual jig as well. So we've been in production of that, full production for that. We'll talk about that a little bit later. That's coming along. This one, all is a soft fit. I do all of these to show you it's all nice and together. And yes, it fails me at that point. So yes, really, really busy with all of these things. Anyway, all started on Monday. We had part 8 of working on the Marauder and going right the way through it. So again, we've done something a little bit different with this one. We've done, as you can see on the top here, some little bit of post shading, things like that. But now it's time to get the actual invasion stripes down. But we did notice we picked up a really nasty ghost seam. Now this ghost seam wasn't there in primer and it wasn't there when I first put the metallizer on. But over time, as we all know, the plastic, as it shrinks, cools down, goes cold, whatever you want to call it, being weld action, you can get a little bit of sink marks in there. So we had that. So it's time to go back and deal with these straight off the bat. So sand it back, literally just take it back a little bit. It's only a very faint line, but it's big enough to see it. If you're doing it in, you know, an olive drab, something else like that, probably wouldn't see it. But on metal, you're going to see it. So took care of that, sanded it all the way back. We polished it all back up, go right the way through, and then we blew it all back in again. And then we had to post shade it back in reverse this time. So this time we went away over it with the aluminium, then we went back over the panel lines and things with the dark aluminium just to make it a little bit darker. And there you go, it all looking very nice down in there and complete. With that all done, it's then time to turn our attention onto the actual yellow on the front. Now, again, we had to make a few little colours for this one. So I started off with XF84 and then worked from there with some bright yellow added to it to get the colour that we actually wanted. We used a little bit of colour swatch, and then obviously we were going for what we thought it was. Now, the tail colour, yellow, is actually quite a bright yellow compared to the nose one. The way you can tell this one is the colour down on the bottom here is the colour we're after, not this colour on the top. So anyway, with that done and we're happy with the colour, and then obviously it was time to spray that on, get that all over there like that. And then we can turn our attention with that dry and done and our masking onto the actual invasion stripes. Now the invasion stripes for this one, you know, technically we've done calculations and all the rest of it. It's 9.5 mil, and then whatever the other size was, which I can't remember off the top of my head. In fact, I've got it written down on a bit of paper. So it's 9.4 mil for the top. So we want a 56.4 gap right the way across all 6 stripes. And then on the actual belly one down on the back there, then obviously they're 12.5 with 6 stripes. Again, this one is 6 stripes, not the standard 5 as in 3 white, 2 black, because this one's got an OD or olive drab band on the back of it as well on both sides. So that's what we went through with that one. So with all of these calibrated and done and worked out, it was time to mask all this up and we were all ready for painting. Anyway, that will get you just about there. That's what went up on Monday. You'll see the next part shortly as we make our way through. Next up, we had the actual daily show, obviously on Tuesday. We were talking a lot about, obviously, various bits and pieces. This is sort of the members one. We were talking about the jig. We were talking about how I use it with this particular one and all the bits in between and going through it. So using the jig to actually help me out with decaling. As you can see, our new jig system, it's got the arms on it, which holds your model, which is absolutely a godsend when you're doing things like this, where you've got multiples on the side and things like that. So you can angle it and push it around just so you get a better angle at it and you can see exactly what you're doing. So again, it was just helpful for going around and doing these. So obviously we're talking about the decaling on there, which you'll see a little in a show or two's time as it goes right the way through. Anyway, we're discussing all of that. Also, we had up on Tuesday was the Hind review. That went up with you as well. Let me just start that. And then this one is up. Again, it's one of those ones, I think, you know, for the price point and all the rest of it, it is absolutely a fantastic kit. It's got really nice surface detail. It's not raised detail like we were sort of hoping for, but it's recessed. If you can get over that, it's not too bad at all. But what I really like about this is the only MI24A, or I call it the greenhouse version, kit that is out there. And to be honest with you, I think it is a really, really nice kit. And in fact, I quite fancy having a bit of a build at that at some point. I like the Hinds, and it would be nice to do a nice early one. Also, big thank you, and I'm sorry I haven't got your name in front of me, but the artist who did this as well reached out to us on YouTube last night as well. Congratulations, beautiful landscape and artwork down on there. And this is not digital or anything else like this. This is actually acrylic on canvas. It's a 70 centimeter canvas painting. So again, beautiful work on that. Fantastic work all the way through. Really nice to see the proper artists at work. All right. Anyway, back to the kit. The kit itself has got everything you could pretty much want. It's a little bit basic in some areas, but I'm sure, as I've been told already, the Quinta guys have already been onto this one, and they've done an upgraded cockpit set for this one. So if you wanted to get that, I'm sure you could. But if you do like the early one with the glass on the front, and I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but it actually is something a little bit different right the way through on this one. All right. So again, really nice to see it in 48 scale. I do believe the only time we've seen it is in 72nd before. And I don't think there was even a conversion to it from the old sort of, 48 scale kits. But now we have one. Really, really nice. Again, plastic, pretty much as we'd expect. Really nice recessed details right the way over. It has got raised. It's got the strapping and some of the other bits. But obviously all the riveting on the back, which is technically it's raised in real life, is recessed. But again, if you're not a fan of raised details, then you absolutely love this. It's a great way of getting around that problem. But generally, very, very nice all the way through. Typical trumpeter, and you're not going to be disappointed with that one. All right, so say some very, very nice touches all the way through on this particular one, as you see. And the clear parts, because obviously it's very important on this one for the greenhouse, are beautifully clear as well. So no problems with that one. Then over on Wednesday, we had the Wednesday show up, and we were going through all the measures on this particular one. Again, we were looking at everything that's going on with the Marauder at the moment, talking about some of the points on that. And then obviously we were talking about the kit. I do an extended sort of thing, talking about the review for the Jaguar. And then obviously we have had the review of the Jaguar up as well. So again, I'm a little bit late to the party on this one. So again, I've had this kit, but it's one of those things. I thought I'd let it dull down a bit. So apologies to everybody who's then had another review of a Jaguar, but hopefully you enjoy mine. So again, some nice ones down in here right the way around. Again, which did I say? I can't remember which one I said now, but I called out one of these wrong in the review. So again, we will, sorry, we'll look at that in a moment. But again, Pranjit did this one. As I say, I know Pranjit, he's a very good friend, and he's done an absolutely fantastic job. And again, I'm not just saying it, but I think the surface detail on this kit is the best that we've seen yet. And again, it hasn't got all that sort of gimmicky type things onto this one. So again, if you wanted to, I suppose the aftermarket people can go through it, but what you've got here is everything you need to do a really nice Jag right out of the bat. So again, some very, very nice details into this one. A lot of thought has been taken into it as well from the point of the modeler. Pranjit is a modeler first, then he's a designer second, and I think that shows definitely with the build as well. Again, some great marking options right the way through. We've got the Granby ones, and then we've got the wraparound sort of early camo types. Again, very, very nice indeed. And again, we've got 6 Squadron down in there, and then we've got 54 Squadron, obviously a couple of favourites of mine down in there as well. I think it was 2 Squadron down in there as well. Decals are beautifully done, no problem at all with those ones. And again, the surface detail is absolutely blown me away. I think this is definitely the best surface detail I've seen on an Airfix kit to date. Not so much just the amount of it and all the rest of it, it's the quality of it. The panel lines for the first time, I would say, look squared. Now, I don't know if this is because it's using a slightly harder plastic and it's holding the shape better, but they are more crisp. They are more nice. Little things, you know, where they go into this section in the middle here, the lines go all the way in and they come all the way over with no difference in the panel line, which is absolutely fantastic. The surface detail, as you can see, right the way through from the riveting, right the way through to the actual panel lines, it's absolutely gorgeous on this thing. Because it's a matte finish, it's very difficult for the camera to pick it up, but actually it's all there and it is absolutely gorgeous. So if you do like your panel line washes and that, you're going to love it on this one. It's going to show. Again, other nice touches with this kit, you've got this deep plug system for the nose, the actual cockpit section. It is really very, very nice all the way through. Again, the surface instrument panel details and things like that are absolutely blown away. They are as good as anybody else's you're going to get down in there. So again, things like the surface detail on the instrument panels on the side are absolutely beautiful. Again, this is that big plug-in section. It's not just a little bit, which you can have a glue mark and all the rest of it. You can put your glue back here and then slide it through and you'll have no problems at all. And again, this edge is crystal sharp. I would say it's literally glass sharp all the way through, which means you should get a very, very nice, you know, almost seamless join on those ones. Two types of seats down in there and all the rest of it. Even the tanks seem to be the right shape and all the rest of it. But also the sprue attachment points on the smaller parts, as you can see down in here, they are tiny, very much an upgrade on what we've seen in the past. So very nice indeed all the way through. Anyway, you can go off and see me ramble on about this kit for another, I think it's 27 minutes as well. So if you want to pop off and see that one, you can do right now. Yesterday we had the PM show. So it's me and Matt talking you through what's been going on over the last few days. Obviously, we were talking a bit ranty at the beginning about the price of chocolate eggs and all the rest of it. And then we were going through some of the hot topics that have been talking about at the moment. One of the ones I'm very excited about is this one. This is the Border Models 35th scale Heinkel HE111. It looks absolutely stunning. So again, I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on that one to review it and a possible build down the line as well. We've seen the box art now, which looks particularly tasty as well. So that's very nice down in there. Then obviously we were talking about the Jag, and I was talking about all the things which I've just covered there really. All right the way through. And then obviously we were talking about the Hind, and then obviously we were talking about some of the other ones. This is the Jag Panther, if I can find it. Come on. There it is, the Jag Panther. We were talking about that one. And then we were talking about, like, for me, I love this, the way you got Lincoln length tracks and wheels. Why has nobody done this before? I think it's absolutely brilliant, because Panzer wheels, getting them all to line up like that is a little bit of a nightmare. So just doing them like a Lincoln length, you can't see them, just whack them in. And that is a perfect, easy fix to a lot of problems down in there. We're obviously talking about the weekend edition as well as the P40 with the greatest scheme ever fitted to an aircraft, clearly just down in there. And then we were going through some of the other kits that are coming out, including Mac 2. With their kit as well. So again, something completely different. Thank you to everybody who reached out to us, talking to us about down there and saying that British Airways swallowed them up and all the rest of it. That's Alan actually told us all about that. So a little bit of information. And then we were talking about other things that are going on at the moment over on the PM store, some of the deals and bargains that we've got, some of the new paint ranges that we've got now. We've got the lacquer range of the actual Mr. Hobby stuff as well as the Aquatis. So we've got that starting out and things. We'll talk about more of that in a minute down in there. So anyway, if you want to keep up with that show, it is up. It is a PM Models show, so it's not actually on the Flory Models YouTube page, but it is on the PM Models ones. Just follow the link, obviously, on the Flory site, and you can go off and find it that way. Last up, we've got you bang up to date. Bit of a special for today. We've got part 9 of the Marauder is up. So this one, because I'm trying to get you up to speed with me, this one talks about obviously doing the white work down onto those ones. We get all of those into there just like that, all right, and sprayed in. With all of that, we're happy. We can then do the calculations and working out for the striping using the cutting board to get our 9.4mm strips, although I rounded off the 9.5 down in here as well. So we talk about doing that one, then we get it all painted in, then we get the black work in, then we get the olive drab in, and then obviously we can then unmask it and see exactly what we've got. So we're very happy of how that one turned out, with no problems with that at all. That's all looking very nice down in there right the way through. With that done, we can turn our attention to the engines. We're not going to be showing our engines or anything else like that, so we just did a simple job of the actual dark iron right the way over, and then we came in with a little bit of the buffing just to brighten up all the areas just like that. So with the engine in there, I think it looks adequate for what we are going to be doing with this particular one, and that basically completes off down in there. And here, hopefully, she is. So here is all down in here. People saying about this little mark at the back, I've taken care of it. Look, I've painted it. It's done. It is no more. We don't have a gap down there. But yes, here she is. All done. Very happy. I've got to do a little bit of touch-up work down in here with the painting to just bring this around, but I'm going to do that by hand. But it is all in there now, and we are all set, ready to go. And again, this is the thing I talk about when we are working with extreme metals. I know a lot of people talk about how they can be a little bit of a problem, and obviously people don't like masking over them, and they don't like decaling with them. Again, watch this video, because this is all masked and it's all decaled, and there's nothing on this whatsoever, but you still got that nice metal glossy finish to all of this as well. So again, looking very, very nice on here. As I say, last up, I'll talk about it in a moment, but as I say, the jigs, I've had lots of emails talking about where you get them and all the rest of it. They're not available yet. They're not going to be available till next week. To be honest with you, I am still making them. Literally, we've got 3D printed. The 3D printers are going mental. and getting these kicked out at the moment. So as I say, we want to have good stocks of them, so you've got them, you can get them straight away without some type of waiting and a delay and all the rest of it. So I've just hold off to releasing them until I've got them, and then that way you get them straight away. So I don't want anyone being disappointed and things like that. Anyway, that is about it for this week. Busy week. So there you go off and you can see the Hind and obviously the Jaguar there up on the site as well. Don't forget, we've got over in the stores, we've got the actual site at the moment. We are getting very low on washes. We're just waiting for more clay to come in, so hopefully they'll be in soon. So if you're wondering why it's showing sold out on those, because the first time in the history of 20 years of doing this, we're currently out of clay because the mine was closed over the winter. But the mine is reopened next week, and then we should have the clay within the next couple of weeks, and we'll be back up to speed with all of that. We've still got the pigments on sale. We're discontinuing the pigments, so if you want any of these, bargain price, just £2.71 for a giant tub of actually pigments. We've only got a few of the colours left, so if you want to get any of those, you can do just down in there. And again, the jig stands, if you do want to put one out, it says sold out, but it's not. It's on a pre-order, so it's coming soon. If you are interested, pop your name down, your email address down in here. As soon as it becomes available, you will get a email all about it. And then obviously you can make payment and stuff like that. I will be doing a full review and show you how to use this. I know the members have been seeing me use it for the last couple of weeks, but you can see all about it just down in there like that. All right, so we say plenty of stuff just down in there. All right, so don't forget, we've got all your other bits and pieces and your tools as well. So if you fancy getting some bits and pieces, I've got a huge restock of display stuff coming in and new items next week. Unfortunately, it hasn't been here in time for Easter, but it should be here next week. So you'll be seeing all about those as well. Don't forget, if you are in the EU and you want Flory Models products, please pop over, click in here. You'll be taken over to the Breveco, which is part of the Flory Models UK. Sorry, the Flory Models Europe site, all right, with the lovely Karine and Avid, and they can sort you out. They cover and carry all of our stuff as well. So if you want to get anything from there, don't be a fool and pay for the customs charges and handling fees and all the rest of it. Just get it direct out of them. Last up, over on PM. Obviously, we've got all the things we spoke about on the PM show down in here. We've got some kits on specials at the moment. So if you fancy any of these ones, you can grab these just in here. And obviously, we've got the new lacquer range of the Mr. Hobby lacquers. They're down in here. It's only a small range at the moment. We've got the British, I think, and the US colours and stuff like that. But we will be expanding that as time goes on. So if you want to grab any of those ones, you can do as well. Just pop over to pmmodelsuk.com. And that is about it for this week. As always on a Friday, I'm going to leave you with your great work for the gallery. So until Tuesday, because obviously Monday is a bank holiday here in the UK, happy modelling. Take care.
I was not ready to falling like I'm wasted.